orientation is locked. Why is orientation locked? Interesting. I don't know. Okay. I was trying to do it so that way I was able to lock the orientation horizontal, but I guess it just wants to be vertical. So we're going to let it just be vertical. Why not? You know what I mean? Okay. So today, I'm trying a couple different things that I have not tried before. One of the main things we're gonna try is we're gonna try this Makeup by Mario soft sculpt. And I just moved to LA and these ads are literally everywhere. They are literally everywhere. And he's just like putting it on people, like he's just holding a brush. It's a vibe. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like on me. We're gonna use Wander Beauty. This is an oldie but goodie Nude Illusion foundation. They changed the packaging. It's a little harder to see actually it's a lot harder to see the actual color inside. So I don't know. I think it's good that they did it as a second launch because I think as a first launch, I think that would have been really tough for them to be able to get people to know what their color is. But my color, if you're curious, Nude Illusion is called Golden Rich. And I'm just taking this and I'm just applying it all over the skin. I have been wearing this for the past couple days, just kind of seeing how it goes. You know, this has been one of those foundations that I know for sure that whenever I use it, it's really good for my skin. It works with my skin. It's like always been that way. So I want to put a little foundation on it first, so that way we have what we need before I actually put on the sculpting cream. I also have on, before I put this on, I put on a little bit of primer. I use Chanel's primer. This is the Chanel Le Base Matte Fond. Matte Fond. So I put that on first. And then I'm gonna apply this. I'm going to do, well, I've actually done a few clients in LA, but why am I coughing? It's weird. I'm going to do a client on Friday that I haven't seen in like 3 years, maybe pre-pandemic, which I'm really, really excited about. It's gonna be super fun. I'm saying this even though I haven't technically booked the job yet, but the producer called me, so I feel like I'm comfortable enough to say that I'm gonna be doing something on Friday. But let's let the universe decide, you know what I mean? But one of my favorite clients, as a makeup artist, I have found that men are very loyal customers. They always come back to you. They will not book anybody else. They will get up earlier. They will make sure. They're not trying to find the newest, hottest, latest, greatest. They're like, oh, she makes me look good. Great. Like, I think that's why, like, had I become a barber, actually, I think being a barber would have been a good idea for me. I think I actually could have really thrived at that. If I was like excellent at cutting hair, I think I would have an awesome customer base because men are very loyal and I have good conversation. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's do this. We have two options from Soft Sculpt. We have dark and we have medium dark. I kind of swatched medium dark yesterday and it just looked like it was a little too light. So I'm going to start with dark and we're just going to take it and okay, that's what it looks like. It has a grayish tone to it, just as a heads up, if anybody's interested. And I'm just gonna take that on the back. It has a grayish brownish tone, which is interesting because every time I see what Mario does, he always looks like he's doing something that's a little bit more tan. But this, for some reason, reads not that to me. It reads more gray. But now that being said, it's called soft sculpt. And the thing about sculpting is if you go too orange on your sculpt, it's not gonna look like a sculpt. It's actually just gonna look like product on your skin because nobody is quite that bronzy. So It's interesting that I wonder if he had bronzers before this, because when I think of Mario's work, Mario Dednovic is the person who created this product, Makeup by Mario, who is most well known as Kim Kardashian's makeup artist and the creator of this line now. I think is also something he's pretty well known for. But I'm surprised that actually, I feel like he probably was very particular about bronzers. He probably mixed it more than a few things to create those. And I actually would have thought, for some reason, I would have thought he would use a cream and not a liquid. So that's also quite interesting too. I like this, very subtle. What do y'all think? It's quite subtle. Like this is no contour, this is contour. It's very, very light and very subtle. That's interesting. I would not have thought that. It's also feels, it's not only light on the skin, it also feels thin. Like it feels not too intense. Very light on the skin. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit here on the bottom. What do y'all think? Would y'all wear this? To me, it looks great. I'm gonna add a little bit, I don't know why I've been doing this lately, but I feel like I don't put on enough foundation and then I go back and put on foundation and then I go back and sculpt again. So I'm gonna put on a little bit more of the Golden Rich foundation around the nose area. I'm gonna try and see if I can go a little bit more in with the contour and see if I can get it to get a little deeper. I think the area that I really want to see things happen is the top. The top of the head, baby. That's what I really want to see. I'm going to take a little bit of this. Just take a little bit more. And I also want to play around with like the nose area and see how defined I can get it. Soft sculpt. Isn't that what it's called? That's actually a perfect name for it because it really is like very subtle, which is hard to find when it comes to contour products. I feel like it comes on kind of harsh and then you're like, oh, let me come back and do something with it. But this is beautiful. Hi, Stace. How are you? Yeah, this is great. I feel like this is the move, baby. All right, we're gonna take a little bit. When I think about sculpting, I want to make sure that I can get like a good amount here. So I'm gonna take and then start to, wow, this is like the perfect consistency. It's not too harsh. It's not too dark. It's not too heavy. And I'm not just saying that, honestly. Y'all know me well enough to know that. Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. This is my first time using it. But I think what stands out to me the most is probably the consistency. I don't know anything that I'm contouring with that has this consistency. This light. It feels like it's like, hey, I really don't want you to go out there and mess this up. I really would actually like for you to look pretty done. I wonder, maybe we put it here too. Let's see. It looks like there's some reflex in there too. I don't know if that's true or not. I wonder also if I could put it underneath the eye. I've never done that with a contour cream. Well, I don't know if I would call this a contour cream. I guess I would call it a sculpting liquid. I don't know. That looks pretty good though, right? Normally I would do that with a powder. Okay, I'm not mad at that. So overall, I would say, I mean, I think it's a little bit more intense in person than it is showing with this light, but I do like how it looks. I think overall it looks very natural and it doesn't overwhelm, but it gives like enough contour. I haven't even put on concealer yet. Let's see what happens when I put on concealer. Like, does that change anything? I have been using the same concealer for the past couple days. I think I will say no medium dark. I think I will actually, maybe I'll pack this for my cousin. I'm gonna see my cousin in a couple weeks and she was like, send me something if you don't use it. Like, send me what you think I might need. And I think she's a lot lighter than me, so I think she might like medium dark. I'm gonna add a little bit of honey roast and put that right here. Nice, beautiful. Love that. This is from Dominique Cosmetics. I'm noticing, for real, I'm noticing like less is more. I actually feel like this is definitely helping the contour stand out. What do y'all feel? I think I see that. Put a little bit underneath the brow. I'm actually getting my hair done today. So what I like to do on the days that I get my hair done is I like to put a little deep conditioner in my hair and then like let it sit. And then I go back and like, you know, that's my favorite thing to do because I feel like if you're getting your hair done, even if like you go to the hair salon and they do the deep conditioner, I feel like they don't do it the same way that you would do it. Like they don't do it with the same amount of hours. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get it cut a little bit. I need to get a little bit of a trim. And then I think I'm gonna like I'm just gonna pull my hair back. Like I want like to see my face a little bit more, and I've been wearing my hair down for the past couple months, and I think I'm just gonna probably pull it back. I don't know, we'll see. I don't have anything like in mind, like I'm not like absolutely sure, but I feel like it's gonna be something chill, you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be something super done. I also asked my friend, she has a ponytail line, where she sells like ponytails, and I asked her if she could send me a ponytail, so I kind of want to play around. I also really want to try, Tabitha Brown has this line called Donna's Recipe for hair, like washing your hair, and I have been dying to use it. So like she's gonna do my hair, but then I'm probably going to at home, like maybe like within like a week or so, I'll probably wash my own hair with that because I just want to see what it feels like. I've just heard so much good stuff about it, and I feel like I like Tabitha Brown so much. I feel like she's like my mom in my head, like one of my, like I love my mom, do not get me wrong. I would not trade my mom for anything, but maybe I'll say she's like my auntie, you know what I mean? So I really want to try Donna's Recipe, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm more so just excited about like experimenting and doing some different things with my hair for a couple weeks. And then I'll probably, you bought the entire line. What did your friends say when they used it? Did they love it? Oh my God, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. I think I put it in here. Wait. I know I did. That's it. I was like, I put it on the side. She said she liked it initially, but hasn't talked about it much since, and that's been a year ago. Okay. I'm curious. I wonder, did she say what she liked about it? because I think that's the thing I'm the most curious about. I'm gonna take, this is one of my favorite powders, and I just rediscovered it because I just unpacked a lot of my stuff. This is from Dior. This is in the color 60, and it is a beautiful setting powder. Like, Dior did their thing. I don't know if you guys can tell how amazing this coverage is, but when it comes to setting powders, I'm very, very, very particular, and I feel like these guys just completely nailed it. Can you tell how good this is? Wow. When I found it, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I found this. One of the conditioners made her hair soft. Okay. It's definitely worth checking out. I mean, I've heard so much good stuff about it that I feel like it's piqued my curiosity as well. Oh, also, I did some digging and found, actually, it wasn't really digging, it just kind of came up on my algorithm, let me be real. Rihanna's new line, the Fenty hairline, was co-created by Ursula Stevens, and Ursula Stevens is one of those hairstylists that is, like, in my opinion, like, bomb. Like, Ursula does hair. Like, the entire press tour, pretty much everything that Zendaya has been doing in the past, like, 3 years, Ursula has been doing. She is, in my opinion, one of the best hairstylists in the game. And she collaborated with Rihanna on it and has worked with Rihanna since the beginning of her career, like, since, like, the first album, on all of her different hairstyles. She has a salon in Brooklyn. So I'm trying that line for sure. Because, like, for me, when a celebrity comes out with a line, I'm looking at who are you working with that's an expert in that field. If you can't tell me one expert that you've worked with, like, congratulations, I'm very happy that you created your line. And, like, obviously, like, it meant something to you, otherwise you wouldn't have created it. But to me, I think the added bonus of saying, oh, I worked with somebody that, like, an industry person that I personally respect, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go check it out. That's how I know I'm gonna try something. If you don't have that, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna prioritize trying it. I would say the other thing, I also really like to try influencer lines, and the reason why is because this is from Dominique Cosmetics as well. Speaking of influencer lines, this is called Berry Soft. I really like trying influencer lines, and the reason why is because they live on the internet. So, like, they make things typically at a certain standard because they care a lot about if people are going to like it. And congratulations on your line. No, but they make things that, like, they know that the public is going to say something about it, right? So in their mind, they're already preparing themselves for what that conversation is going to look like. One of my favorite influencer lines, well, I'm new to Dominique Cosmetics, so everything I've tried I've actually really loved. The powder, the concealer, and the blushes. One of my absolute favorite influencer lines is actually Patrick Starr. One Size is incredible. That's a line. Like, first of all, Patrick can paint. So, like, I've looked at Patrick's work on Getty Images before and been blown away by the way that makeup looks. So, yeah, I would say, like, those are the kinds of people that I feel I'm interested, at least my interest is piqued. I'm always gonna try and give everyone a chance. Because I'm not the judge, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Also, one thing may work for me and it may not work for somebody else. That's another thing I've learned through the years. Like, just because something doesn't work for me, which is why actually you'll never find a bad review on my page. Like, I've been making videos since like 2008. I don't know if I've ever posted a bad review. And some people make a career out of that, and, like, that's to me, I'm just like, somebody created something and I'm not gonna, If I don't have anything nice to say, I was taught at a very young age, seriously. Like, I know people say that, but I really was taught at a nice age. Like, now, do I have, I also have been learning, like, people say that, like, oh, I don't say anything negative about people. But really what they mean is I don't say anything negative about people publicly. But I have been on this major transformation where it's not just about what you say publicly, it's about who you are privately. And I think that the more that you honor who you are in person and publicly, and that you honor who you are privately, and the less difference there is between the two of those people, whatever that version of you is that you want to share, the happier you'll be. And my life is about being honest. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't spend time talking with people about, like, will I be honest? Of course, but like, will I spend time bashing somebody that just created a line? No. Will I let you talk and say your thing? Sure. You can say your thing. But I think that the more I engage in that, the more it's low vibrational. I just have to be honest with you. It's low vibrational. Like, there is nothing positive that will come from you, come for you, to you, through you, for anybody else, for that other person who's talking. None of that. Like, it's a real thing. You know, our universe is made up of energy, and like, and when I say I don't speak badly, I also make sure that I catch myself even if I'm thinking something that is not right about somebody else. I'm like, you know what? No. Because I'm a human being, obviously, so I have range of thought. But when you have a moment, you go, wait, what am I grateful for with this person? What am I happy about with this person? Or does this interaction, thank you for telling me you like my bottom lash, or does this interaction even make me feel good? Like, do I even like being around this person? Because sometimes, you know what it is, honestly? You crave, let me just speak about myself. I crave, or I would crave, past tense, to be around another person or have companionship. And like, that's what companionship with that person would look like, because that's what they wanted to talk about. And so it's a form of people pleasing, is listening to what other people have to say, even though you know it's negative, even though you know that it's not serving the universe, even though you know it's not positive. You listen and you participate because you're people pleasing. Because then you leave that conversation and you don't feel good. You don't feel good because you're talking bad about somebody else, and you can say whatever you want. People who talk bad about other people, you never leave that conversation feeling good. I don't care who you are. Like, I don't believe you if you say that you do. I think that it can create problems in your life. And I think that it is something that you do when you identify, some of it is you may not know, right? Like, you may not actually in your mind even know that that is not necessarily like a positive thing to do. But other times it's actually just because it's the easiest thing to do, right? Like, it's the easiest thing to do is to talk about somebody else, because what does that mean? That means that you're not being vulnerable about yourself. So you're pretending to have this conversation about somebody else, and it seems like you're getting deep, but you're not getting deep at all. What are you doing? You're actually just judging somebody else. I'm like, that's not great. Anyways, I don't know how this Mario thing got on that, but I like it. I like it a lot. I have a little benzoyl peroxide on before, so I feel like my skin, that peeling is not from the product. It's from me. Beautiful. Love this. Love you guys. I will see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love these lives that we're doing lately. Subscribe if you are not already subscribed, so that way you get notifications whenever I come on here. Stace, thanks for talking. Bye, boo. I'll see you later.